Welcome to Showrunner's Reviews. My name is Mark. In this video, I'm going to discuss, what to expect from the trailer. The main reason being is because, well, we haven't gotten a trailer yet. The video won't be very long, but if you enjoy this, please do me a massive favor. Slap a like on it. Like goal is going to be 42 plus 0. Oh yeah, also, make sure to subscribe and have your notifications turned on. That way you'll get an alert every single time I drop one of these videos. You'll have to wait for House of the Dragon Season 1, or as it's known on this channel, The Long Night, which isn't much longer. August 21st is coming before you know it. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to be, at least that I expect to see from the trailer, is dragons, right? There's going to be around 20 dragons that will be showcased in the entirety of this series, but for the first season we'll probably see maybe 5 or 6. Maybe there'll be a few different ones that we see off in the background or that we hear about that we'll later see in season 2 and 3 and however many there are for the show. But in particular in this trailer, there are a few famous dragons that everyone has been dying to see. And out of the ones that I'm about to list, some of them, if not all of the ones that I list, have to be featured in this trailer. Now, being featured doesn't mean they show the entirety of the length of the trailer, we see the dragon for 2 minutes. No, we'll see the dragons for a few seconds in the trailer. That way they can keep the CG that they need to do for the trailer at least short and can keep working on the show, right? So, obviously, one of those dragons is going to be Vhagar. Vhagar is the biggest dragon at the time, the biggest in history, second to Balerion the Black Dread is the biggest dragon of all time. Obviously, that dragon will not be taken apart in this show, but one thing of note is that Viserys, Rhaenyra's father, rode Balerion the Black Dread in his youth until Balerion died, and then Viserys never rode another dragon again, right? So, Vhagar is bronze with blue highlights. Vhagar's description is not actually mentioned in the books, but George was asked for an interview for a calendar of ice and fire, and in that he said, bronze with bluish highlights, right? So that's going to be very interesting to see. But the big thing about Vhagar is that she is massive. Like I said, the biggest dragon at the time, the second biggest dragon in all of I guess, not in all of A Song of Ice and Fire history, but in all of Targaryen Westeros era, right? And then another dragon is obviously Sunfire, the Golden. This is bright, said to be the most beautiful dragon of all time. Vhagar is ridden by Laena at first in this series, and then eventually ridden by Aemon One-Eye. But Sunfire is ridden by Aegon II. And also, Aegon II and Aemon will likely be featured in this trailer as well. We'll probably have them have some lines of dialogue. But Sunfire, like I said, the most beautiful dragon of all time. Golden, beautiful, it's going to be the most amazing looking dragon. And then at the end of the series, going to be one of the most traumatic experiences that a dragon has ever gone through on screen, right? But also they have pink membranes, which would be pretty, an interesting combination of dragon to see on screen, because we haven't really seen anything like that. Rhaegal, Viserion, and Drogon don't really look like that. Viserion is supposed to be cream and gold, right? But they kind of did that in Game of Thrones. It's just kind of hard to make that color, if I had to guess, when you're rendering the CGI for the dragons. Another one that we're probably going to see is Caraxes. Caraxes is Daemon, Prince Daemon's dragon. Caraxes is red and terrible and mean. And Caraxes, spoiler alert, actually kills Vhagar. So, even though Caraxes is not as big, I expect to see Caraxes listening to Prince Daemon, but also reflecting his personality. So where Daemon snaps at someone, Caraxes probably snaps at a few of his handlers every now and then and feasts on people the most often, right? And then another dragon we will see, quickly before I move on to the next thing, is probably Syrax. The main reason why I say that is because Rhaenyra is the star of this show, and we have to see her on her famous dragon, Syrax, which is like a green, sort of like a light green color, right? You all let me know which dragon you're most excited to see. Syrax? Daddy wants to see Dreamfire. You all let me know which dragon you want to see the most down below in the comment section. So I had briefly touched on this before, but one of the things that we'll also get to see from the trailer is characters we haven't seen yet, right? So we're going to get to see Helena, who's played by Fia Sivan. Yeah, we're gonna get to see Aemon One-Eye, who's played by Ewan Mitchell. And we're also gonna get to see Aegon II, who's played by Tom Glenn-Carney. So I'm very curious to see, because they make up the majority of the Greens, aside from Sir Otto and obviously Queen Alicent, their mother. But I just can't wait to see more Targaryens in action. All right, now lastly for this video, you have to understand this show is run by Miguel Sapochnik, right? He's famous for Battle of the Bastards. Ryan Condal's the other showrunner, right? And he's handling most of the writing and the story development for this series. And Miguel Sapochnik, because he's like the most famous director from Game of Thrones, he's going to be handling the action sequences, right? So the aesthetic, the looks, the feel of this show, right? That's kind of what at least I've gotten the impression of that Miguel is handling. So one of the things that will be featured in this trailer is battles. Most likely there'll be battles or glimpses of battles from the Stepstones when Daemon goes down there and sort of carves out his own kingdom because he's been rejected from court. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Mark and this has been Sir Hunts. Please slap a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Along that, reviews.